This weekend, the Matt Rule era will kick off at home as Nebraska takes on Northern Illinois, and there will be plenty of recruits on hand to watch, but there's one special prospect that we're going to highlight today, this week. Five-star Brandon Baker, the #1 offensive tackle in America from Mater Dei High School in California. He'll take his much-anticipated official visit to Nebraska. We spent a lot of time on this channel talking Brandon Baker in Nebraska throughout the spring and really into the early summer. And it seemed hot, but then things sort of cooled. Baker took official visits to Ohio State, Texas, and Georgia in June. And I want to know, though, where do things currently stand between Nebraska and Brandon Baker? I'm going to bring on Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline here in a second. But first, Nebraska fans, hit the subscribe button on the On3 Recruits channel. We've been doing this on the On3 channel. Now we have a channel dedicated only to recruiting. We'd love to have you join, so hit that subscribe button. All right, Sean. Catch me up as we head into this big visit weekend on where things stand right now between Brandon Baker and Nebraska.
Well, this will be Brandon Baker's third visit to Lincoln. He came in March for a weekend they had back then, and then he came for the spring game. So this will be the first time he's been to a true home game. His mom and dad, Gary Baker Sr. and Francine Baker, have been with him on all the trips. This trip will be a little bit different because his brother, Gary Baker Jr., will be here as well. So he's going to have more family accompanying him on the trip itself. I still obviously think Nebraska is a long shot in this thing, but you just never know when you get him on campus. I know a lot of RPMs are in for Texas. Oregon has always seemed to be, as Brandon would say, is home away from home. But the fact the Huskers even gotten this far, it tells you they have his interest and attention. But, you know, I think there's other factors. I mean, I think NIL is obviously a factor when you talk to a guy of this caliber ranking, just the different opportunities each school is going to be able to provide and other things like that. So this will be a big opportunity for Nebraska, but there's no doubt, I think they're probably running third in this race, if at best. And this weekend is their opportunity to maybe get a final word in.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. You know, though it did seem like Brandon Baker, you know, when he stepped on campus in Nebraska in the spring, that the visit made a big impact. So we'll see if they can replicate that for a home game and his official visit. Let's stay on the offensive line, though. I want to talk about Grant Brix out of Iowa. He's the #2 ranked interior offensive lineman in the country. And he hasn't exactly set a date, but the feeling is he could really commit at any minute. Nobody truly knows when he'll do it, but it feels like it could be soon. So what's your read on where things stand between Nebraska and Grant Brix right now?
Yeah, this one has been, you've been wanting to kind of get a defined timeline, and he just hasn't really given you one with Kansas State, Nebraska, and Oklahoma. Those really appear to be the three teams he's considering. And I think what Nebraska has going for them is distance from home, along with just his relationship with a number of the recruits already in the recruiting class. Right. He talks to the quarterback commit Daniel Kalin and, you know, guys like Carter Nelson. So he's got a very good relationship with a lot of people here. And his home is only maybe 75 minutes from the campus, maybe 90 minutes tops from the campus here at Nebraska. So that, I think, is a big thing going. I think the longer it goes for him, it bodes well, I think, for the team closest to him. But there's no doubt he is a priority guy. Nebraska needs him, a tackle body in this class. And they've been waiting this one out, battling this one the entire process.
All right, well, we'll see what happens with Brix over the next week or so. Nebraska currently has 24 commitments toward their 24 class. Spots are at a premium. How many spots are remaining, and what's the biggest need? Is it on the offensive line?
Yeah, it's funny. They really don't have any spots left, but it's kind of a you just keep making room mentality.
Right.
With the 25 cap gone, you know, where you can only take 25 initials, and that used to be the transfer portal included in that 25. It's changed a lot, and they would like another tackle in this class for sure. I think they would like a pass rusher. Those are really the priority takes. And then, locally there's a recruit, Caleb Benning, a former Husker, Damon Benning's son, who continues to be in play here for them as he kind of sifts through his process. And so that's another one to watch closely. Jacob and Gerard Smith have visited campus several times too. And they're, kind of kicking the tires still on Nebraska and Kentucky, but they remain committed to Michigan. So that's another kind of long shot one to keep tabs on. I would say Brix is the number one priority. Baker's obviously up there. Then, Caleb Benning is another name to watch here as we get into September.
All right. Well, it's an exciting time for Husker fans as Northern Illinois is coming to town, and also offensive tackle Brandon Baker. Sean Callahan with Huskers Online. Thank you for stopping by the Inside Scoop.
Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that content, be sure to subscribe to the On3 Recruits channel. We have a new page dedicated only to recruiting. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now.